Should we start, though, Darren, on the big developing transfer news out of the last day or so? Arsenal closing in on a deal with Manchester City for Gabriel Jesus.
Yep.
A view that this will be a good deal for Arsenal. It's a fee of, £45 million that will reportedly be paid to bring the Brazilian to North London. Good business?
Good business all round, in my opinion.
Is he the striker that can maintain, this time, Arsenal can maintain a top four push?
I think so. I think he has a point to prove now. And look, being a Spurs supporter a couple of weeks ago, I'm obviously delighted with the signings Spurs are making and the links that we're being linked to as well, the players we're being linked to. But Arsenal seem to be making moves now. And if this, which looks like by all accounts it's going to get over the line, he's going with kind of a point to prove. Now, I say that a bit tongue-in-cheek, really, because he's come from Manchester City, won abundance of trophies there, just won the Premier League title, played a key role as well. But they brought in Erling Haaland. I mean, he couldn't really get in as a number 9 anyway. They played without a number 9. So it's a good deal for Manchester City, 45 million. And I think it's a fantastic signing for Arsenal. With Lacazette gone, obviously, they got rid of Aubameyang and Nketiah signing. A little bit too much being made of the number 14 shirt, in my opinion. But he's got that. He's obviously staying. He's important to Arsenal as well. Had a great end to the season in Nketiah. He's now got huge competition, whether they play a 2 or a 1. I think he'll do really well, Gabriel Jesus. And he's a goal scorer. And I think with a point to prove as well, it's a great signing. And it's, as a Spurs supporter, I'm nervous.
Jesus, a player that with more playing time, maybe more responsibility placed on him, and he'll have a ton more responsibility placed on him at Arsenal, that he can thrive.
Yeah.
He can take that on.
I think sometimes players need that. He signed for...
At this point in his career, he's wanting more responsibility.
Exactly. He signed for Manchester City. It was a good sign at the time. Brazilian international. He's important for the Brazil side as well, with the World Cup coming up in the winter. And I think sometimes players need that pressure on them. Sometimes they need to be the main man. And that's what he's going in to be. There's obviously rumours as well and heavy links with Rafinha. Arsenal, I think Arteta is putting pressure on himself again. They spent the most last summer. They're heading at the moment to be spending the most this summer, depending on what other clubs do. I think it's great for Arteta. He's now building a squad, his own squad. And I'm speaking to Luke, the Arsenal supporter in the office. He seems to be the only manager at the moment that's realising there's 5 subs next season, and he's building a big squad. Spurs, you can say, are kind of doing that as well. But if they can get those 2 signings across the line, Jesus and Rafinha, they're fantastic signs. As a Spurs supporter, I'm thinking, right, they're going to be battling next season for sure for that top 4 spot. And if you're Chelsea and Manchester United, where nothing's happening at the moment, just links, you've got to be a little bit concerned.
There's a feeling that Arsenal, Spurs can surpass Chelsea.
It's difficult because Chelsea, we don't know now in terms of Todd Bowley and what he's going to bring, but they could go out and spend 200 million in the next couple of weeks, and you think, right, that's changed the whole atmosphere again. That's changed the whole. They certainly could, but towards the back end of last season, we know Thomas Tuchel had said they're going to replace and not improve. Now Rudiger's gone, Christensen's gone. I think Rudiger's a huge loss, a lot more than Christensen. They're looking at Delict at Juventus. I'm not sure that's a suitable replacement for Rudiger. So at the moment, if you're Chelsea, you've got to be looking behind. And look, we can have this banter with the Chelsea and Spurs, that Spurs never beat Chelsea and they don't, which is frustrating for me. But I think Spurs have got very close, 3 points last season. People say Chelsea fell off towards the back end of last season. But if they start this way, with Arsenal signings, Spurs and Antonio Conte, they're going to be closer for sure.
Delit's some player though. Or isn't he some player? We'll talk with Alex Crook this afternoon on the Saturday session on talkSPORT, bring us up to date with the Delit transfer rumours plus plenty more. So Arsenal lose Alex Lacazette this summer. In January, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang leaves the football club. The future looks like Gabriel Jesus and Eddie Nketiah.
Yep.
Arsenal fans should be content with that, should be happy with that. Or do they need more?
I think so. They were happy with Nketiah signing. Now, look, there was a lot made of this number 14 shirt, and I spoke about it a little bit as well. I think Jamie O'Hara was belittling of the number 14 shirt being given to Nketiah, but it's just a shirt at the end of the day. They feel he is a big enough player in the future to come to give him that iconic shirt at Arsenal. But with Jesus coming in, those two are the future of the forwards. And will we see another centre forward? I'm not too sure. I think with the links of Rafinha, perhaps we could be seeing the end or the coming to the end of Pepe, which hasn't quite worked out for whatever reasons. A lot of it's down to the transfer fee, which isn't Pepe's fault. But I think Jesus and Nketiah are suitable in the Premier League going forward to probably potentially battle for that top four again.
Have to, don't they?
They have to.
Fell away in a bad way. It almost cost, for some, it should have cost Mikel Arteta his job.
Yeah, and there's a lot
season,
of talks.
And you're right to say he's only being backed further. It looks like in this summer window, again, their spending is going to easily topple £100 million.
Yeah, easy. And last summer, I think it was 140. They didn't spend anything in January, which I think was their downfall.
Yep.
They needed a bigger squad, and they've learnt from that. But there's pressure now on Mikel Arteta, more so than last season. The signings he made last season, there was question marks. Are they going to improve the first team? Well, Mikel Arteta and Edu felt they were, and they signed the right players, and they did. They just fell off. It's a young squad towards the end of the season. They should have made top four. Everyone knows that. But now they're going again, and he's being backed again. So now there is pressure on Mikel Arteta, and I think Arsenal have been a very friendly fan base the last couple of seasons. I think if they're not pushing even more so for that top four, there's going to be questions need answering.